I don't know why I keep doing this, but if I'm doing this, so let's get the party started. This looks a bit good angle. So let's talk about the caste census issue. हुआ क्या है और क्यों इतनी बयानबाजी बातें हो रही हैं. कांग्रेस क्रेडिट ले रही है, कहीं बीजेपी क्रेडिट ले रही है, तो कहीं अश्विनी वैष्णव अकेले से क्रेडिट ले रहे हैं. What is caste census? So caste census is something. आपसे आपका कई लोग आपके घर आएंगे, आपसे आपका नाम पूछेंगे कि आपके परिवार में इतने लोग हैं, इतने जिंदा हैं, इतने मर गए, और आप लोग कौन सी जाति के हो. आपसे आपकी कास्ट पूछी जाएगी. बेसिकली you will be asked about your caste, but the special thing about this is the caste being asked. This was done in a period of 10 years. The last caste census happened in 2011, and this is the 16th caste census which was supposed to happen in 2021, but due to corona it was sidelined or postponed. Now it will happen in 2027. तो 2027 में ऐसा क्या खास है. इस बार जो कास्ट सेंसस होगा, द स्पेशल थिंग अबाउट दिस इज OBCs and the unreserved caste, which is general caste, and अत्यंत पिछड़ा वर्ग, the EBCs, every one of those guys will be counted, which has not been done before in the independent India. It has not been done before. That is what's special about this. So why do they keep talking about this? What's so special in it? भाई आपको गिना ही तो जा रहा है. बेसिकली देश में कितने लोग हैं पता होना चाहिए. I also heard a statement that New Delhi was scared that after the post 1971 war, Assam will one day see a Bangladeshi chief minister. तो ठीक है, that is what at that time what was being said. So let's talk about this now. कि देश का डेमोग्राफिक, कल्चरल रिप्रेजेंटेशन एंड पॉपुलेशन पता होनी चाहिए भाई. कौन कितना है सही रहता है, और कितने बाहर के हैं बेसिकली. सो दिस डिसीजन टुक प्लेस while the entire country was busy in post पहलगाम, कि भाई वहाँ पर कुछ करना है. द ऑपरेशन सिंदूर was not launched at that time, but अब जब हुआ है, so मोदी जी took care of the entire unreserved population, जिनको जनरल कहा जाता है. Why am I saying this? You will understand in a bit. So let's talk about तो होता क्या है. बेसिकली गवर्नमेंट प्रोवाइड्स रिजर्वेशन टू एवरीवन एक्सेप्ट द अनरिजर्व्ड, व्हिच इज जनरल को छोड़ के हर किसी को रिजर्वेशन मिलता है. जनरल में भी आप EWS में, व्हिच इज इकोनॉमिकली वीकर सेक्शन, आपको मिलता है. बट द थिंग दैट द गवर्नमेंट डज इज, गवर्नमेंट सिर्फ 2 जगह रिजर्वेशन देती है, व्हिच इज वन ऑफ देम इज कहा था अपना कॉलेजेस. आपको कॉलेज में रिजर्वेशन मिलता है, रेदर इट बी एनी टाइप ऑफ कॉलेज, लॉ, इंजीनियरिंग, मेडिकल, जो भी हो. एंड द सेकंड इज जॉब्स, गवर्नमेंट जॉब्स. तो इन 2 जगहों पे गवर्नमेंट आपको रिजर्वेशन देती है इफ़ यू आर फ्रॉम एनी कैटेगरी एक्सेप्ट द अनरिजर्व्ड. तो बात क्या हो रही है कि अब आप कह रहे हो कि अनरिजर्व्ड आर एक्चुअली द पीपल हु हैव द हाईएस्ट कंट्रोल ओवर द रिसोर्सेज इन दिस कंट्री. आप जब IAS IPS की बात करते हो, वहाँ भी आपको रिजर्वेशन दिया जाता है. एंड दे से 60% ऑफ द IAS एंड IPS इन दिस कंट्री टिल नाउ, आज के टाइम पे 2025, 60% ऑफ देम कम फ्रॉम द अनरिजर्व्ड क्लास. सो पीपल आर टॉकिंग अबाउट दैट द रिजर्व्ड क्लासेस, which makes about 80% of the country, don't have representation in the authoritative sector of this country, which is absolutely correct. Even I support it. So what are the generals? So generals are basically the Brahman, Baniya and Kshatriya of this country, which was till now was divided like this: Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra. We'll get into that debate in a further video when I'll be discussing about the Sudras and the SC/ST community. I don't want to discuss about that right now. So let's add the political angle to it. गिरना मत भाई. So let's add the political angle to it. What Congress was unable to do and what BJP did. Congress was in power from so many decades. बीच में अटल जी की सरकार ज़रूर आई थी, but okay, so Congress was unable to do caste census in this country from a long time. But what BJP did, BJP ने actually caste census का वो घोषित किया. They actually told कि कास्ट सेंसस कराया जाएगा, एंड कांग्रेस वाज एक्चुअली द वन हु केम फॉर द प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस एंड सेड दैट दोज गाइज हैव एक्चुअली प्रेशर्ड द गवर्नमेंट इनटू टेकिंग द डिसीजन ऑफ डूइंग अ कास्ट सेंसस. दैट इज़ व्हाट हैपेंड. दैट तो क्लेम हर कोई वो नहीं छोड़ रहा है. PR टीम लगी हुई है हु विल गेट द बेसिक अप्रिसिएशन फॉर दैट. तो लेट मी टेल यू व्हाट BJP वाज अबाउट एंड द रिलीजियस डेमोग्राफिक ऑफ BJP. सो pre-Modi, BJP was led by two prominent leaders, which were basically L.K. Advani and कौन थे अपने वाजपेयी जी. So both of them were, L.K. Advani was a Sindhi Hindu, basically general category, and our Vajpayee ji was a Brahman. So both of them comes from the general class. So BJP was actually considered the party of the general class, the upper class of the Indian society. Now the bad thing about the general class for the Indian politics is those guys have so much money, those guys have so much representation, those guys have so much access to resources that those guys don't indulge themselves in the politics. So later Modi ji was introduced as the head of BJP. Modi ji is basically OBC class. He comes as a OBC face. He was introduced into BJP क्योंकि BJP didn't wanted to lose its reserved class vote bank. So Modi ji was introduced. BJP even bought recently, 1-2 साल पहले bought an ST prime minister. I'm not sure if she ST, but she is definitely a Adivasi. And what BJP did, worked on the focus and redevelopment of the Ambedkar institutions to make the SC/ST classes felt out and get vote bank from there as well. तो काम सब कर रहे हैं. कांग्रेस didn't do it, ऐसा मैं नहीं कहूँगा, because Congress has also done things, but I don't know what the pre-2014 looked like. I was born in 2006-7, so I don't know what the pre-2014 looked like. I have seen the growth of the country post-2014. So I really have no idea what the world looked like till then, what the India looked like till then. But let me tell you, this India is a fast developing nation. So let me give you a special case of Bihar. What has been happening in Bihar? बिहारियों के लिए पहले तो तालियां. So what Bihar के लाल did, Bihar के लाल actually did a caste census in 2023. So the data was amazing actually. I'll give the rough estimate of the data. Suppose somewhere it is 17.9349, I'll say it as 18. Suppose somewhere is 11.159, I'll say it as 11. So even if the numbers don't add up to 100, please bear with it. So what came out in Bihar was the OBC class, the Pichda Varg was 27%. The EBC, अत्यंत पिछड़ा वर्ग, was 36%. The SC community was 20% and the ST community was 1.5%. Now the reserved class in Bihar was around 85% and the unreserved class was at 15%. अब the reservation you give to parties और these communities, local और specific communities, आप SC/ST community को 25% रिजर्वेशन देंगे, 12.5. आप OBC को 25% रिजर्वेशन देंगे. बट अब आपको जब पता पड़ा OBC प्लस EBC समवेयर राउंड सब अराउंड 50%, और इतने का तो टोटल रिजर्वेशन है इंक्लूडिंग दी SC/ST. तो व्हाट बिहार डिड, बिहार विधानसभा एक्चुअली इंक्रीज द रिजर्वेशन कैप फ्रॉम 50% to 65%. And it was an amazing thing. It was what the and it was what the people of Bihar also wanted. They wanted representation, which was given to them. उन्होंने 50 से 65 तक ले आए. But what the High Court, Patna High Court did, that they amended this and they got actually involved and took it back to 50%. Let me tell you what happened in Telangana as well. So what happened in Telangana is these guys also conducted a caste census in February 2025. और हुआ क्या? These guys also came out with some good numbers. OBC is 46%, SC is 17, and ST is 10. And there's something called this Muslim Pichda Varg, which is at 10%. So in Telangana, 87% comes from the reserved class, and the actual reservation is 50%. 87% of you are coming from a reserved class, and your representation is 50%. That is what has been happening. Unreserved class is only 13%, which I want to say are the general people. So why does this change everything? These datas, why do these things even matter basically? So the thing these politicians are trying to do is, so what these guys are trying to do is they are basically telling the people how much you are and how much you deserve and what you actually should ask for. कि एक बार इन्हें इनकी जाति बता दो, इन्हें बता दो ये लोग कितने हैं, and these guys will actually ask for their representation. Let me say you, the SC ST community holds up around 30%, and these guys are getting 25%, 25% reservation, which is actually enough, which is actually a good thing. But the bad thing is for the OBC class. The OBC class in this country holds more than 50%, 55, 60% of the country's population, and the only reservation those 60% people get is 25%. So what they are saying, the reservation cap set up by the Supreme Court is 50%. आप 50% लोगों को आरक्षण देंगे, इसमें से 25% ऑलरेडी SC ST ले गया है, बचा 25% OBC लेगा. तो ये कह रहे हैं इस 50% को बढ़ा के हम ये कैप तोड़ेंगे, बेसिकली वील ब्रेक दिस नॉर्म, और हम रिजर्वेशन इंक्रीज करेंगे, एंड दैट इज़ व्हाट द पीपल वांट. बट आप ये कर नहीं सकते until the people are not with you, until the people are with you basically. सो दिक्कत कहाँ आएगी? बेसिकली सुप्रीम कोर्ट बीच में आ जाएगा. तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट को एक लॉजिकल आंसर देने के लिए यू नीड टू टेल देम कि डाटा ये है, इतने ये लोग हैं, इतना रिप्रेजेंटेशन है, एंड यू गाइज एक्चुअली नीड टू डू समथिंग. इन लोगों को, रिजर्व कैटेगरी वालों को और रिप्रेजेंटेशन देना पड़ेगा. व्हेन आई एम सेइंग दिस, देखो ये डाटा सबके पास रहता है कि हाउ मैनी IAS IPS इन दिस कंट्री आर कम फ्रॉम विच क्लास, हाउ मैनी इंजीनियरिंग ग्रेजुएट्स, हाउ मैनी medical graduates, how many law graduates, CA graduates, falana timkana graduates come from which class. But the regular people of this country, we don't have the data about them. That's why this is important. Now let me ask the government of India and the people of India, and let me clear this before. I am also someone who has gotten reservation, so I am talking from that angle. I am not trying to defend reservation, neither I am trying to oppose it. But my question to the people and the government of India is, चाइना यही में आगे बढ़ रहा है. चाइना 650 किलोमीटर पर आवर की ट्रेन चला रहा है. मतलब दिल्ली से बेंगलोर पहुंचने में यू विल गाइज ओनली नीड 3 आवर्स. चाइना में बुलेट ट्रेन कब की चल चुकी है. चाइना वेपन हब बन चुका है. चाइना हैज़ मेड DL-15, DL-20, those kind of missiles. China has actually entered the hypersonic warfare system. China की drone technology is amazing. China has DeepSeek. Let me ask कि if this Indian community will still keep fighting for the reservation, will still keep fighting for the things they deserve, I would like to actually use the word things they deserve. If they keep fighting for that, that's okay. That's on a basic humanitarian level and on a basic human needs level, that is okay. But let me ask ki, how many more years will it take for us to actually compete with China? I am not saying our forces are not capable. Militarily we are capable, but on a scale of let's say academic institutions, on a scale of producing fine engineers, on a scale of producing fine doctors, can we really compete with China? Can we really compete with China in terms of their AI capability? I don't think so. Can we really compete with China in terms of those guys have made nuclear power aircraft carriers. Those guys have the largest navy in the world. So do you think our people are actually capable to target them or fight with them? When I say people, I mean the local, the non-fighting class, basically the civilians of this country. I'm not including the forces and the paramilitary forces or anything. So on this note, I would like to leave you all to think that the way we are going, the way we are moving forward, is it really possible for us to beat China, beat USA, beat a dozen countries in Europe, beat the upcoming countries, the emerging ones in Africa, beat UAE, beat Saudi, like this? जहाँ पे लोगों का परफेक्ट रिप्रेजेंटेशन भी नहीं है, जहाँ पे आज़ादी के 75 साल बाद भी पीपल आर फाइटिंग कि हमें हमारा रिप्रेजेंटेशन मिलना चाहिए. सो प्लीज़ ड्रॉप योर थॉट्स, आई वुड रियली लाइक टू रीड देम. एंड जय श्री राम, वंदे मातरम, उमादेनम, ओम्बटू भैरवानम.
Hey, with your baby mama at the crib and blow her back out. Shorty Filipino and she call me Manny Pacquiao.